Oh, I wanted to do this video for so long. It's about two of my favorite things. The first thing is synthesizers and groove boxes. And the second is Japan. And especially Osaka. I love that city. You might be thinking, oh, Japan must be full of synthesizers and electronic music instruments because some of the biggest names in synth history are from there, right? Like Roland, Yamaha, Korg. But if you ask the average Japanese person what is the most popular musical instrument, they would probably tell you electric guitar. Yep, guitars are huge here, way more than keyboards. And rock music? Still rocks. If you've been to Tokyo, you probably heard of 5G, the famous synth shop hidden away in Harajuku. Yes, that Harajuku known for its wild fashion and annoying tourists. But this video is not about me. It's about Osaka, Japan's third largest city. And my number one favorite place, not just in Japan, but in the world. Unlike Tokyo, Osaka is actually a friendly place and far more manageable city. And there is everything for everyone. In this video, however, I'm going to do something I don't think anyone has done properly before. I'm going to show you the best music stores in Osaka, focusing on fantastic synths and how to find them. You know what? I smell a conspiracy. It's almost as if they want to hide keyboard shops from visitors. They'll put them on high floors in some buildings and don't even write anything in English. If you were trying to find 5G in Tokyo, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's do a little test. You are casually walking in Sannomyia. Now can you spot the music shop? No, it's not HMV, that's just a CD shop. There it is! See, I told you, if you don't read Japanese, you can't even find it. The guitar shops? There will be on the street level and everything will be in English. It's a conspiracy. Since I'm all about shopping for used gear, that's also something what I'll be focusing on this video. Now, our journey begins in Osaka Station, also known as Umeda, which is a major hub for the city. Whenever I'm in Osaka, I always try to stay close to Umeda because it's the most convenient spot to get anywhere. Osaka Station is intense. The underground area is enormous and you could easily spend an entire day down there and get completely lost. There are 3 train stations all in one place. JR, which is connected to the Lukua shopping center, and Hankyu and Hanshin, both with their own shopping centers. It's like a chaotic transit triangle. There's also Yodobashi Umeda, which makes it more of a rectangle. I'll start my morning with a breakfast at a city bakery, which is like every good thing in Osaka underground. Wait. What do you mean by morning? It's dark. Well, here is the thing. When it's evening in North America, it's morning in Japan. City Bakery. It's one of the only places that opens early, as many shops here start much later, around 9 or 10. From there, I'll follow an underground path to Hankyu Station, because it's faster and more convenient than the street. Once at Hankyu, I'll head above ground to the main street with Heb 5. It's the shopping mall with the iconic red Ferris wheel, but I'm going the other direction now. Just a few blocks away, I'll come to a building with a passageway. There are some great food choices here and a lot of clothings, but also it's a home to our first music stop, Bashi music store on the 5th floor. Oh, and if you continue further on this main street, you can experience a really fancy coffee shop called Blue Bottle. It's like an Apple store for coffee. Now back to Bashi music on the 5th floor. As with most Japanese music shops, 90% of the space is dedicated to guitars, but there is a small corner filled with the latest synths. They also sell a few used instruments. But remember, things sell fast, so if you see something you like, it might be gone the next day, especially if I'm in the town. Bashi, like many of the Japanese stores, is tax-free shop for foreigners, so just wave your passport and shout tax-free sumimasen, and you will save 10%. Next, just a block away, we head to Loft, a department store. You'd never guess it, but on the top floor is Shimamura music. I've been to Loft a few times before I even realized it was there. Shimamura is a big music chain, kind of like a Guitar Center in US or Long and McQuaid in Canada. They don't use Latin alphabet in their logo, so it's kind of easy to miss. Each store focuses on different things, but I'm taking you to one of the 2 Shimamura locations in Osaka that's worth visiting. The second one isn't technically even in Osaka, but we'll go to that one later. This Loft location has the largest synth selection, including modular gear, and it's the only place I found Sonicware instruments that you can actually try out. They also have a small used section Now for our third stop, it's a Osaka version of 5G. It's called Implant 4, and it's a basement full of used gear with a focus on the weird and quirky. But beware, it has a strange opening hours starting at noon and closing at 6, but not even every day. It's also a bit out of the way. To get there, we will hop on the Osaka Loop line to Tema Station, just one stop from Umeda. Tema is home to Tenjin-bashi Sushi, the largest shopping street in Japan. It's packed with cheap and discounted stuff and locals, with only the occasional tourist questioning why they are even there. Once at Tema, you can either take a 10-minute walk along the shopping street or follow a quiet scenic route through a residential area, which I usually take. I've been to Implant for a few times and actually never bought anything. For our fourth shop, we are heading to one of my personal favorites, a Shimamura music in Kobe, Sannomyia. Getting there takes about 30 minutes from Osaka station by JR or Hankyu trains. JR Limited Express will get you there a little bit faster, but Hankyu is usually a few cents cheaper. Sannomyia is a great area to explore with tons of food and pastry shops. You can find this shop in a building at the beginning of a covered shopping street. Right where HMV Records is. I bet most tourists pass by without even realizing there is my favorite music shop there. This store often has a good selection of recent synths as well as used gear. It was also the only physical shop in the Osaka selling a modern version of Omnicore. I of course had to buy. Our fifth and final stop is in Amemura. That's short for Amerikamura or America Town. Amemura is between Bashi metro station and Namba station, which is a huge station. My absolutely favorite way to get to Amemura is during the night and walk from Namba station and Dotonbori, which is iconic by itself. And then cross the street and you are right there in Amemura. And a slice of 1960s America. You will also find some of Osaka's most interesting people there, including a lot of US expats who thought America Town was the right way to experience Japan, and 30 years later, they are still there. Amemura is home to Musicland Key, a synth shop with a decent selection of a new gear, but very few used. And it's only on the first floor. I visited many music stores in Osaka, and in this video I listed the absolute best places to go for synths and keyboards and groove boxes. Now here's a little secret bonus that I'll cover in another video about Denden Town, or also known as Electric Town, which is Osaka's answer to Akihabara. Briefly though, you will want to hop on the Midosuji metro line at Umeda and head to Namba. From there, walk all the way towards Denden Town. Almost at the entrance you will spot Soft Map building, which is a store owned by Big Camera. There are not that many Soft Map locations around, but this is the only one I know of that has a selection for used musical instruments. In fact, they don't even sell new instruments, just used ones at this location and this location only. So that's it. That's all for this video. There are of course some other places I wanted to show you, but I just didn't think it would be good to put too much stuff in one video. So these places are really like the ones I always go to. Japan has this recycling culture, so there are many other used stores. For example, Bukov, which is kind of like everywhere, but that one is more about books, CDs, games, and sometimes the other stuff. And its sister company called Hardov, and that's a very interesting name.
Why are you laughing? There is nothing funny about that name.
It's for the household items, which includes musical instruments. Now, not every Hardov is the same, but I know of 3 in Osaka region which are really interesting and worth visit. The only problem with Hardov is it's kind of hard to get to.
Maybe that's why it is called Hardov.
It's usually at the outskirts of the city, not in the middle. So of course you can go there by train, but there is always a lot of walking involved. I'm thinking maybe I'll make another video just about these 2 or 3 stores which I always go to.
I think people have enough now. So bye-bye.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Just please hit the subscribe button so he will go away. And please do it now. Click. It's there.
I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens.